Great. Thank you.
It's Varsity Weekly Live, your coverage of all things pop culture, local Arizona news, and national news.
Hello, I'm Thomas Gabo with the Varsity Sports Show, and I'm from UNLV, joined by Amaya Lucero, who's also attending UNLV. And welcome to Varsity Weekly Live on this edition of a March 26th episode. Amaya, how's your week been?
It's great. How are you?
Good. It's a little rough coming back from spring break, but managing it well. Just got done watching some March Madness, and super excited to get this show going.
Yeah, I can also agree. I'm glad midterms are out of the way. That's not something on my mind anymore. Now it's just kind of like finish out the semester and we don't have too much more to go because pretty much the whole month of May is just study week and then finals and we're wrapped up. So we're
Yeah,
almost there.
now it's just finals, so just got to power through that, and then go right into the summer, and then it'll be next semester. It's been flying by. This year's been flying by for me specifically, but super excited to
Absolutely.
get
Yeah.
done.
Our first guest for tonight is Ethan Kinney from ASU, talking all about how USA compares to the group stage opponents in WC. Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
With the World Cup coming to the United States this summer, every team obviously gets its own kind of place in the group, and the USA kind of caught a break. I think at least there's a lot of powerhouse countries that I think each have kind of I would say a big shot at winning the tournament. But the USA, they'll have Paraguay and Australia as two of their countries in their group. Paraguay hasn't made the tournament, if not ever, then it's been quite some time. So I wouldn't really see them as much of a threat. And then Australia as well. Australia makes it every year due to them being one of the only countries in their region with a respectable soccer team. And then the third and final team in their group is actually still to be determined. It's between Kosovo, Romania, Slovakia, and Turkey. All four teams have not the greatest squads. I mean, I feel like they're more so kind of happy to be there as opposed to really competing to win the group. So I don't know if it's just because the United States is hosting, but it seems like they kind of caught a break as opposed to a lot of the other better teams in the tournament.
Thank you so much for telling me all about that. Is there a team that you're most excited to see compete this summer, or specifically anything that you're hoping to see from a specific team?
Yeah, I mean, I always love rooting for the underdogs in the World Cup. I feel like there's always like one or two teams every year that makes a surprise run. And I mean, I'm not the biggest like diehard soccer fan, but I mean, there's a few players that I definitely enjoy watching, like their highlights. I like Vinicius Jr. from Brazil, Jude Bellingham from England. Those are two. They're just masters at their craft, and it's super fun to watch them play. So I'll be tuning into their games for sure.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was Ethan Kinney from ASU. I'm going to pass it back to Thomas, who's going to introduce our next part.
Yeah, next up we have Janice Reyes, where she's going to be talking about One Direction and where they're at today.
Hi, I'm Janice Reyes, and today I have a segment for all One Direction fans that are still going strong. Louis Tomlinson started the year strong with his third solo album, How Did I Get Here, released January 23rd, 2026. Harry Styles released his fourth album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, on March 6, 2026. Zayn Malik is also making waves with his fifth studio album, Chronicle, coming April 17, 2026. The lead single, Die For Me, dropped in February and gave all of his fans a strong taste of what's coming. Niall Horan is kicking things off with his fourth studio album, Dinner Party, dropping June 5th, 2026. He's described the 12-track project as cinematic and organic. The lead single and title track released March 20th, and it was inspired by meeting his girlfriend at a dinner party, so honestly, it feels really personal. And it does not stop there. He already announced Dinner Party Live on tour, so fans will get to experience it live. And lastly, of course, we cannot forget Liam Payne, who passed away October of 2024. Once again, I'm Janice Reyes with the Varsity Sports Show.
Yeah, welcome back to Varsity Weekly Live. Amaya, what have you liked so far?
I was a One Direction fan growing up. I loved One Direction. So it's sad that they're broken up now, but I'm hoping for a future reunion tour, just like New Kids. Maybe we'll see that happen, but for right now, it seems like they're all very much on their own path, very much on their own separate ways.
Right, yeah. For the World Cup, I'm just excited to see Team USA compete, and hopefully Christian Pulisic and the guys can pull through, and hopefully win a World Cup. And yeah, One Direction. I mean Harry Styles, he's everywhere. All the girls love him, and yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna kick it to Jalen Higgins, and she's gonna be talking about MLB opening day.
Hey, what's
How
going
you
on,
doing,
bro?
Jalen?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, so today baseball is officially back. It's finally back. I mean, we're all excited about that. All 30 teams are hitting the field today and tomorrow, marking the start of a brand new 162 game journey. From early morning first pitches to primetime matchups, fans have packed packed every ballpark from coast to coast to celebrate one of the sport's most iconic traditions. And one of the best days in the entire baseball season. There are plenty of storylines right out of the gate today. The Milwaukee Brewers wasted no time making a statement, winning 14-2, putting up a huge offensive performance in their opener. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Orioles edged out a close win 2-1, showing early signs that they can compete in the AL West division. I mean AL East division, excuse me. And then out west, I mean everybody's watching the Dodgers see if they can three-peat. They played the Arizona Diamondbacks and won 8-2. So I mean, opening day, it's not just about wins and losses, but it's about hope for the fans. Every team starts with a clean slate, and for fans, it's the belief that they crave at this time of year. And so, I mean, 162 games ahead. The road to October officially began today. So, who's not excited about that?
Right, exactly. And my Pittsburgh Pirates unfortunately lost today. Paul Skeens had a rough outing, but
Yeah,
it's
he
not
looked
on
bad.
all on him. But we have 161 more games, so hopefully we can make it back to the playoffs and hopefully wish for a Bucktober. But yeah, MLB opening day is such an awesome thing. And yeah, do you have a favorite team?
I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, so last night was pretty
Uh,
rough to watch.
I
Getting
feel
beat
you. Yeah.
7-0. I mean, especially Aaron Judge having that performance, going over 4 with 4 strikeouts, not capitalizing on that. It was very hard to watch. I had to turn the game off in like the sixth
Yeah,
inning.
it's all right. I feel for you. Like I said, 161 more games. And yeah, thanks so much, Jalen, for joining us.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. And now we're going to kick it to Amaya, where she's going to introduce a pre-recorded segment from Craig Baker.
Absolutely. Our next part is from Craig Baker from UNLV talking all about baseball and pop culture.
What's up, everyone? I'm Craig Baker with the Varsity Sports Show. Baseball is back. Being America's national pastime and longest running sport, there's a lot of connections between the game itself and pop culture, with many teams being featured in television.
Help me, fellas, I'm feeling kinda weak. The way I'm living just ain't right. Need somebody watching over me.
That scene featured right there was from the 2002 movie The Rookie, which is a true feel-good story about Rays pitcher Jim Morris. He played minor league baseball earlier in his life, but hurt his shoulder, and then became a family man in a small town in Texas, coaching a team to state. He then rediscovers his fastball and then makes the major leagues and gets called up by the Rays. That scene was from the very popular movie Moneyball, featuring Brad Pitt. The story talks about the 2002 Oakland A's, who, being the poorest franchise in the league, used a revolutionary method of using analytics and buying cheaper players, and they became a very successful franchise. The movie's so good that even if you don't like baseball, you will really, really enjoy this one.
Yeah, thanks so much, Craig. Baseball, it's time for baseball. Opening day, was just yesterday with the Yankees and Giants. And now we're going to kick it to Nam Lee from the U of A, talking about Project Hail Mary, one of the popular movies right now.
If Project Hail Mary isn't on your radar yet, it's time to grab your friends and go see the newly released sci-fi film starring Ryan Gosling, based on the best-selling novel by Andy Weir, the same author as The Martian. Project Hail Mary saw the biggest opening weekend in North America so far in 2026, grossing $80.5 million, giving Amazon MGM its best opening ever. A few days into release, it had already climbed to $96.6 million domestically and $155.6 million worldwide. Fans were quick to compare the film to 2014's Interstellar. A Variety report stated that this was only the third non-sequel, non-franchise movie since the COVID-19 pandemic to open above $50 million. In addition, the film has received high praise from both critics and fans, scoring at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, receiving an audience score of over 90 and an A on CinemaScore. It is a movie that critics and fans seem to genuinely love, which makes the film feel embedded in the pop culture right now. If you haven't seen the film yet, grab your friends and head to your local theater for what is sure to be a great experience.
Yeah, welcome back to Varsity Weekly Live. Amaya, I know I'm super excited. I might go watch Project Hail Mary this weekend, but have you heard a little bit about it?
I didn't know anything about it. I've heard a lot of good things, kind of just like I'm not too into the movies when they first come out. I really don't know a lot about movies when they first hit the theaters, but then I progressively hear more and see that they're doing well, and then I grow interest in it. I would definitely be interested in seeing it. I don't know when I'll see it, maybe if I have time this weekend, but I've heard a lot of good things, like I said.
Yeah, right. This seemed to be a baseball filled episode, and a lot of good stuff coming. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us here at Varsity Weekly Live. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for Friday Night Live. And tune in next week where we have Varsity Weekly Live again Thursday. So once again, I'm Thomas Gabo, Amaya Lucero here too, both from UNLV, and we will see you all later.
It's Varsity Weekly Live, your coverage of all things pop culture, local Arizona news, and national news.